All right, we are ready for our next Marvel Champions game. Today we're going to be doing Captain America versus Dark Beast. Captain America is a leadership character, so we're going to be playing allies and readying allies and all that kind of stuff. He also makes allies a little bit cheaper, so the first ally you play each round, if you're in alter ego form, will be one cheaper. And then in alter ego form, he has a setup keyword, so at the beginning of the game, we get to start with Captain America's shield in our hand. On his hero side, he's pretty basic as far as his stats, just 222. But then he has an ability down here that says once per round we can discard a card from our hand to ready him, so we can use him twice per round if we discard a card, basically. Dark Beast is going to have an environment card in play. Which one was in play at the beginning of the game is random. It starts with, there's 3 that you can choose from, and you choose one randomly to start with. So he's starting with the Blue Moon in play, and we actually used this card, this encounter set, in the last game that we played, but in this one it's required. It is going to have a special ability on it, which says deal 1 damage to your identity, and that is going to trigger whenever Dark Beast attacks. So whenever he attacks, he's going to get to do that special ability. And then there's also a passive here that says each minion gains guard, so any minions that come into play, we will have to kill them before we can attack Dark Beast. So that will be frustrating. This scenario only has one main scheme card, so if that hits 10, then we just lose. And in the times that I've played this scenario, that's how I've lost, just because that's how you usually lose this game. You don't usually lose by dying. You usually lose by the villain scheming. So that's just generally how it goes. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put my shield into play right away. So I'm going to spend 1 to put my shield into play right away. When my shield is in play, I get +1 defense, and I get retaliate 1. So I'll deal damage back to him when I take an attack from him. All right, I realized I hadn't set up his health dial, so I did that. I don't have any allies in my hand right now, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to use his reduction on the alter ego side, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip over. And then I will just go ahead and attack right away for 2 to knock Dark Beast down to 13. And then I will, I will discard a card from my hand to ready him, and then attack for 2 more. Might as well use that ability while I can. And then I'm going to pay 3 more resources, including one that is a fist resource, at least one that is a fist resource, to play Heroic Strike. Deal 6 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using a fist resource, stun that enemy. So I'm going to stun him and deal 6 damage to him. So I'm going to knock him down to 5. All right, and then that's all I can do this round. So then I will go ahead and ready my identity and draw my cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's an interesting hand. It's not going to do me a whole lot of good. Okay, so then it is his turn, and he would be attacking me. No matter what, he's going to get 1 threat on the main scheme, and then he would be attacking me, but he doesn't because he's stunned. And then he's going to give me an encounter card. He gives me, when revealed, Dark Beast attacks you, so he got to attack me anyway, and he gets an additional boost card for this attack. Since he's attacking, we get to resolve, we have to resolve the special ability on Blue Moon, which is deal 1 damage to my identity. Can't talk today. So no matter what, I get 1. And then he's going to attack me for 2 plus 2 boost cards. So I am going to defend this. And my defense is 3. I also have retaliate 1, so I'm going to hit him for 1. And then he's going to hit me for 2, 3, and 4 total. This one had a boost effect. It said attach this card to a minion and give it a tough status card, but we didn't have any minions in play. And this is a good time to talk about this one. This one is from the Brotherhood encounter set, and that was the next one in alphabetical order that we needed to include. He normally uses the Dystopian Nightmare card encounter set, but we're using these instead. All right, so that was his encounter, and he's attacking me for 2, 3, 4, minus my 3 attack, so I take 1 damage. All right, so then it is my turn, and I am going to discard a card to ready Captain America, and I'm going to, with that ready, I am going to thwart for 2 because I want to flip over to my alter ego side, and in alter ego form, I am going to spend a resource to play Steve's Apartment. Gives me an action while I'm in alter ego form to draw a card and heal a damage. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to exhaust that to draw a card and heal a damage. And then I am going to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and ready and draw up to my hand size of 6. So 1, 2, 3 brings me up to 6. And then he is going to get 1 threat on the main scheme, and then he is going to scheme. Since I'm in alter ego form, he's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. Brings him up to 5. Then I'm going to get an encounter card, which is the Brotherhood. Gives me an extra encounter card and gives Brotherhood minions quick strike. Okay, then it is my turn. I'm going to use Steve's Apartment again to give myself a card and heal a damage. And that brings me up to full, which means I now don't have to use my recover ability here, so I don't have to exhaust him to use that. While I'm in alter ego form, I can play my first ally each round for 1 less resource, so it's only going to cost 2 resources to play this next card. I'm going to pay 2 resources to play Power Man. Power Man enters play with 2 chi counters, and then I can remove one of those or both of them when he attacks, and when he attacks I can give him +2 attack for each of those counters. Okay. Then I am going to go ahead and flip over to alter ego side, or from alter ego side over to hero side, I mean. And then I'm going to spend 2 resources to play Command Team. It comes in with 3 counters, and I can remove a command counter from it to ready an ally. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I am going to the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 resources to play Lead from the Front. I'm choosing a player, I'm choosing myself. Each character that player controls gets +1 thwart and +1 attack until the end of the phase. So that is for both me and Power Man. So I'm going to use Captain America to thwart for 3 on, let's do on the Brotherhood. Get rid of the extra encounter cards because that's going to get bad real fast. And then I will use Power Man to thwart for 2 because he's also +1. And I will use that to get rid of the Brotherhood. And then I'm going to use a counter from Command Team to ready Power Man. And then he has thwart 2 is still, or I could do attack for a bunch. Let's just attack. So I'm going to use Power Man. I'm going to attack for, I'm going to remove both of these. So that gives him +4 attack, which means he's attacking for 5. And I'm going to put that on Beast, which knocks him down to 0. And that also knocks Power Man out. Takes enough damage to knock him out. All right, and when we go to the second stage for Beast, he still has the ability to, when he attacks, he triggers the special effect on the environment card. But when we put our second stage in, we need to get a new environment card. So we're going to discard this one, and we're going to get one of the other two randomly. And the one we're going to get is the Savage Land. So now the villain has Retaliate 1. So when he attacks me, or when I attack him, I will take a damage back. I also have Retaliate 1 from the shield. Then the rest of the encounter set, so the rest of the Savage Land encounter set gets shuffled into the encounter deck. And then the last thing that happens when we go to the second stage is after we shuffle these cards into the encounter deck, we deal each player an encounter card. So we're going to have to deal with an extra encounter card this round. Okay, so here's my extra encounter card for the round. And then very last thing is he is going to reset his health to 18. All right, and then I think that's all I'm going to be able to do. So I'm going to ready my cards and draw my hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then he is going to gain 1 threat on the main scheme. He's going to attack me, which means he's resolving the special ability. On the Savage Land, the special ability is I have to discard the top 3 cards of my deck. 1, 2, 3. And then he's attacking me. I'm going to, let's see, do I want to defend it? I actually don't. I'm not going to defend it this time. So he's attacking me for 2. Plus 3 is 5. Ouch. Good thing I was at full health. So I'm going down to 6. But I do have Retaliate, so he takes 1 damage back. And then I get 2 encounter cards. So I already have the one here. And then I get another one. So here are my 2 encounter cards. First one, let's see, Dark Beast attacks you and give him an additional boost card for this attack. Okay, I will definitely be defending that. Okay, so I will defend for 3. So he's attacking for 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I defend for 3, so I take 3. Puts me down to 3. I retaliate 1. And then second encounter card is Cruel Experiment, attached to a minion. So I have to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until I discard a minion and put this on it. Okay, so that's not a minion, not a minion. Not a minion. Discarding lots of cards. Oh, there's a minion. Okay, so we get a Pterosaur. When revealed, resolve the special ability on the setting environment. So I get to discard 3 more cards. Yay! Okay. All right, so then it is my turn. And on my turn, I am going to play this Shield Toss card, and I'm going to discard 2 cards from my hand. So I'm going to discard 1, 2 cards from my hand. The reason I'm discarding 2 is because it says discard X cards from your hand, then return Captain America's shield from play to your hand. Deal 4 damage to X enemies. So I'm discarding 2 cards to deal 4 damage to 2 different enemies. So I'm discarding 2 cards, returning Captain America's shield to my hand, if I can pick it up. Putting that back in my hand, and then I'm going to deal 4 damage to this minion to get rid of it. And 4 damage to Beast, down to 12. He does still have Retaliate, so I take 1 damage for that. And then I'm going to discard a card from my hand to ready Captain America and thwart for 2. And then I'm going to spend 3 resources from my hand to play Heroic Strike. And one of those was a wild. One of those was a wild, so that counts as a fist. So deal 6 damage to an enemy, and it was a fist, so I also stun that enemy. So that will bring him down to 6. And he is also stunned. And then that is going to be the end of my turn, so I will ready. And he is going to get a threat. I need to draw my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully we can just kill him next turn. We shall see. I think I can, as long as I survive, which I should, because he's stunned. Okay. It's going to be the fastest game of Marvel Champions ever if I do, whether I win or lose, because it's going to hinge on this turn, I think. Okay, so he already gained his 1 threat. He's going to attack me, but he can't because he's stunned. And then he's going to give me an encounter card, which is a Velociraptor. It has Quick Strike, and it says when Velociraptor attacks you, discard the top card of your deck. Velociraptor gets +1 attack for this attack for each resource discarded this way. So he normally attacks for only 1, but I have to discard the top card of my deck. Top card of my deck had 1 resource, so he is dealing 2 damage to me, which would have killed me, but I got lucky. And I have a shield block in my hand. When you would take any amount of damage, exhaust Captain America's shield. Oh no. Okay, I don't have Captain America's shield in play anymore, so I can't do that, but I can defend for 2. So I can just defend it for 2. Okay, so we're safe there. That does mean... Okay, so that was that. Okay, so now it's my turn, and I think I'm still okay. So I'm going to play... I'm going to... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to replay my shield, since I didn't end up getting that back in play at the end of the last round. I had it in my hand, but now I need to actually put it out. So I'll use the shield block that I drew to put Captain America's shield into play. And then I will discard a card along with playing Shield Toss to deal 4 damage to 1 enemy. I'll deal it to Dark Beast, knocking him down to 2. And then I will discard a card from my hand to ready Captain America and attack for 2 and knock him down to 0. Whew, that was close. I probably should have lost. All right, so that Velociraptor, I wasn't expecting a Quick Strike minion to be the 1 encounter card I got. I stunned him. I was like, well, surely I'm safe. I surely won't die at 2 health. I really didn't want to flip over to Alter Ego form because he was already pretty high on the threat. He was at 4 on the threat, and I was pretty sure that if I flipped over, he would have schemed me. So I was like, oh, I'll stun him. That'll be perfect. And then the Velociraptor almost ended it anyway. That was awesome. That was close. Even if I had lost that one, I wouldn't have been too terribly disappointed because that was really close and really fun. So Captain America is one of my favorite heroes, obviously, in the comics and obviously here as well. He's just super cool. So he's really fun if you can get a big group of minions all in play at the same time. and you throw your shield and have it bounce around and deal 4 damage to all of them, and then all that kind of stuff. That can be really fun, obviously. But even with only dealing damage to one hero or one character with the shield toss, it's still pretty good because it deals 4 damage. So yeah, lots of fun. So that's Captain America done. Captain America is that one. So then next should be Captain Marvel. Should be next. Yep. So Captain Marvel versus Drang will be next. So Drang, the Brotherhood of Badoon. So some more Guardians. And that one actually works thematically as well. So Captain Marvel dealing with Guardians of the Galaxy stuff actually works pretty well. So because she goes into space and fights things in space regularly. So that works. All right, so that video will be coming out later this week, and we'll just keep making our way through all these characters and villains. All right, thanks everyone for watching.